It's time to start thinking about putting up our braces. I printed these 3D printed. They're pretty damn strong. They're 20 millimeter by 20 millimeter thickness, and they're roughly 9 3/4 at the back, and 9 7/8 at the top. That was as big as I could build them based on the build plate of my 3D printer. Put this back up here, make sure we're still level. It should be. Oh yeah, right on, dead level. And they're dead level on the forward too, so we're perfect. So, I'm not ready to put these brackets up yet. I'm gonna have to break for at least lunch. I'll pick this up after lunchtime. It's 11:45 now. I'll get lunch at just after 12 and we'll go from there. Be back in a minute. Well, while I'm waiting for lunch, I'll cover a few quickies here. Get the camera up a little bit. One of the things I still have to make a lot more of these brackets. I tried making one out of the white filament. I don't really like the way it came out. There's a lot of stringiness on it. So, probably not going to use this one, but I'm just about out of filament out of the gray. I don't have enough to make another one. So I ordered another 5 rolls of the gray filament. I use a Sunlu. The Sunlu or E-Sun? I can't never remember which one it is. Sunlu, I believe. So I got 5 more coming. They'll be in Tuesday. Maybe sooner, hopefully, but I doubt it. The mail sure is slow these days. But so I've got to make a lot more brackets. I need 1, 2. I think there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I believe there's 5 per section. So I've got to make probably at least 6 more of them. Because I want one underneath the cross beams. Each one. For absolute strength. Even I don't need it. I mean, the fact that this thing is strapped to the wall, the studs behind the wall to begin with, means it's not going anywhere. But the brackets actually add a little bit more stability and a further guarantee that it's not going anywhere. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in overkill. Overkill is always a good thing, no matter how you look at it. So hopefully we'll see that through. But for right now, just put them in strategic locations for a little extra support at the moment, and later on, when I get the new filament, I'll print up more. It takes 7 hours to print one of these brackets. Alright, a little over 7 hours actually. So, and these are solid. This isn't, in fact, you can see I put access holes in the front. One to go this way, and then one to go that way. So this thing's going to be screwed in really well. And like I said, they're also going into the studs too. So you've got a lot of support there that you're not going to have anywhere the weight that would be necessary to take that shelf down or bend the brackets or break them. So I'm not worried about that. As far as heat goes, it never gets hot enough in here to cause any type of warpage on 3D printed brackets, so I'm not worried about that. And like I said, they're pretty heavy duty anyway. I mean, at the most, it might get maybe 85, 90 in here. That's if I go a whole day without the air conditioning, which is unusual on my part. I'm usually out here at some point during the day, and first thing I do when I come in is fire up the AC. So, and I keep it, actually I got the AC set at 60 right now. And it doesn't bring it down to 60, but it's, right now it's 70 degrees in here. So, because this is a big shed, and that mini split's only good for, I think, 450 square foot. And I think we're pushing all over 600 here. So, fortunately, there's insulation, so that helps. But it is difficult to really keep this chilled out, you know. Now, the heat, on the other hand, I could heat this place up like there's no tomorrow. So, during the winter, when it's 40 degrees outside, I got it nice and toasty here at 78 to 80. Cooling's a little tougher, though, so yeah, just the way it works. Plus, I don't have the fan turned on. It would probably help a lot if I turned the fan on. I don't know why it's off. I usually run it throughout the whole summer, but I guess I haven't gotten around to pulling the cord. But anyway, so I just wanted to explain that part out, why I don't have all the braces up yet. Because I simply don't have enough. I will have to print more. And like I said, at 7 hours of print, I could do 2 a day, roughly. By the time I get out here in the morning, you know, usually around 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not an early riser by any stretch. On occasion, but very rarely. So 10 o'clock, and then you're going right into the late afternoon, and I'll finish it out. I'll fire up another one, let it run until it finishes. You know, I won't be in here because it'll run, you know, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the next morning I'll come in and it'll be done, and I'll start the process all over again. So roughly twice a day I could print out a bracket. So I need 6 of them at least for now. I mean, I'm going to need them for this wall here. I'm going to need them for the back wall. Maybe on the back. I'm not sure yet, because that's relatively short, and that's going to be tied into the existing shelving. I don't think it's really going to need those brackets. As long as it's screwed well into the studs, I don't think it'll go anywhere. Because the front of it will actually be bolted or screwed to each side shelf, so there's not going to be any flex. So I may not have to put any in the very back, but I will have to put them along this wall too. So I'm going to need, well, about the same number. Probably at least 10 to 12 of them for this side. So even after I get those all printed, I'll keep on printing to get this side ready for when next month I'll be ready to do the wood here, hopefully. Probably the back and at least half of the side anyway. The little bit of wood that I bought, and these are 1x3s. This is the kiln dried good stuff. It's very straight pieces too, very little warpage in it. And once they're braced, the warp's completely out of it, so everything is perfectly lined up. But just for enough to do that wall, and I think I'll have one stick left, one 8-footer, because I bought an extra just in case I screw up. That was between that and 3 boxes of screws, which I'll have to buy more of the short screws. I've got plenty of the 3-inch, but only one box of the 2 1/4 inch. So 3 boxes of screws and all that wood was $101. So, you know, it's not cheap. I mean, hell, a box of screws, like you said, get one of these. These are the 3-inch, the deck screws. the good stuff. This is $10 right here, and it don't matter what size you get. It's $10 a box for 1 pounder. So it's $30 just in screws, you know, and I still need more. Now, and I'll use a lot more than that too. Because once I start building outside, I'll probably buy the big box. I think it's a 5 pound. It's around almost $40 for the. I think it's 10 pound, or it's either 5 or 10 pounds. I don't remember, but you get quite a bit. But I'm going to go through a lot of them. You know, mostly the longer ones. So I'll probably be using 3-inch out there for pretty much everything. As far as the framework and the exterior wall. The exterior walls I can get by with actually shorter ones, probably 1.5 inches. But once again, you get more, but it's the same price per box. You basically sell by the weight. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at, honestly, I think it's going to be a year before I get the outside done. I just don't have enough money. I mean, I have a tiny budget every month that I could spend, you know, which doesn't amount to much. And I got to start putting money away for my property taxes again. So I've got that to deal with as well. So that cuts into it as well. So realistically, I might be looking at $100 a month to put toward out there, which doesn't go far. You know. I sat down and figured a lot of stuff. I don't have the notes in front of me, but a lot of it is, you know, 2x4s I think are, yeah, $3.73 a stick. I need 50 of them all together. So you're looking at about $180 or more, probably a little over 200, just for the 2x4s. Then you've got the exterior walls, which is T111. That stuff's about, I think that's like 38 a sheet, somewhere around there. You know. And I'm going to need like 6 sheets of that. I mean, the material is, you know, it gets ridiculous. You know, I need hangers for the floor joists, you know, at least on the wall side anyway. The shed side, I should say. I'm also going to need them for the roof, for the shed side. So, and they don't cost much. They're like $1 a piece, but, you know, I'm still going to need, you know, quite a few of them. I mean, altogether, I think this thing's going to be right around $1,000. Maybe a little more, hard telling. That's not including interior walls, you know. The good news is I overbought electrical stuff for this shed. So I have enough electrical stuff to do the expansion. I'm only going to need a few outlets anyway, and some switches for lighting. I still got, of course, I got to buy a light. I'm going to probably get the overhead shop lights. These right here, they're LED. They're handy to get. And they weren't that expensive either. I think they were 30 or 40 bucks for each one. And I've got 2 in here, and boy, I tell you, it lights the place up. I'll probably need 3 of them in there. It's 16 foot, but and unfortunately, when you're working with these printers, you need good lighting so you can see what the hell you're doing, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. I'm going to go ahead and eat lunch here in a bit, and when I get back, I'll put up some brackets. I don't think I'll show putting them up, but I'll show the after effects. And then we'll go ahead and print this thing and get it loaded up on YouTube. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, this is the third and final piece we're putting in for this wall. And it ends back here. And there's approximately 18-inch gap between the end of the second level and the wall. And the vac shelf will go in there and then come right across over here. That may not happen till next month. Possibly sooner, but we'll have to wait and see. Nothing left to do here, really, is get the rest of the bracing up. And I'm down to, I think, one brace left. So, it's going to sit like this for a while until I get more braces built. We'll have to wait and see. But this is what I got going, so that's it. Of course, I have to get the foam for the top. That probably won't happen till next month either. It's a little rough when you have limited funds, but you got to do what you got to do. So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more as we make our progress. Bye for now.